Is that a turtle? Huh. Alright guys, welcome back. This is J-Dubs back with... Ooh. No. Jeez. That little pig gave me a run for my money there. Back with some Sonic Mania. Now, I actually had some issues getting this recording done. Because Steam... I don't know if it was Steam, I don't know if it was my actual computer, but there was just some issues. Like, all my Steam games were just not loading. If they would run, they would only run for a little bit, and then they would crash. It was crazy. I don't know what was happening. Finally fixed it, and now we're back with some Sonic Mania. Alright, that went, I was about to say that went smoother than I thought it would, and then I jinxed it. Alright. I don't like this ride. Nope. Never trust one of those things to drive. I just let all that happen. I didn't even move. Huh? Alright. Okay, that's not at all what I wanted. Okay. Nope, that's cool. Nope, that's not cool actually. I'll need you to go that way. Thank you. Okay. Nope. Oh. Well, that worked out. Oh. Ooh. Almost got crushed there. Okay. Is there anything that way? No. Okay. So yeah, guys, it has actually been a while since I got to play this. I'm actually playing this, just to date this, I am actually playing this a little bit after Christmas. Oh god. Needless to say, I just messed that up. Really? Now you move? I have no idea if I'm even going the right way. Okay, I guess that was an indicator no. I don't like these guys, but alright. But yeah, guys, the reason I tell you that is because, as you probably have noticed, it has been a while since we had an update to the Sonic Mania series. Yeah, I literally dove into that. I have no excuse. Nope, nope, come on. Nope. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay, yep. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm trying to focus on so many things at once. The reason I bring that up, the reason I'm dating this, okay, that was a bad move on my part. I don't know why I did that. I'm not taking my time. That's why I did that. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about during this episode here, is taking your time. Okay, first of all, I have no rings, so this might end badly for me. That definitely did. Okay. So, I brought that up because, again, it's about taking your time. And although I should probably mean that in this game too, I do mean in life. I do have a friend. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, you tried, Tails. I appreciate that. Tails, I need you to try harder. About taking your time in life. You know, life can have us busy, have us stressed out, and have us going through things we're generally not ready to go through yet. Some of us earlier than others. Some of us only able to understand just a small bit of another person's plight just from what we see. But we all have different speeds of life, is the way I want to put it. Different paces. You know, those paces are always different. No matter who you are, you're not going to go the same pace as anyone else, because everybody's pace is different. And there's so much that we have to do in our lives. There's so much we stress about. You know, it's not going to be done if you're stressing, if you're trying to rush. I know from experience that, you know, there's a lot of things that take time. And I have had actual multiple people that I know in real life, and, you know, they know my schedule, they know, like, what I do as far as YouTube and my other parts of my life. And the question I do get frequent a lot of the time, especially more recently, is just how do I find the time? And, you know, the answer I want to give is always going to be the same, is that you truly make the time yourself. Like I said, everyone has their own pace. Everyone's different. You're not going to have the same pace as the person next to you. You're not going to have the same pace as the person you grew up with, or the person that you're friends with. You're not going to have the same pace as anyone but you. And that's alright. We go through life worrying about so many things. One thing we especially worry about is keeping up with other people, or how other people perceive us, and that's not anything we really need to worry about. If I was ever asked what do I find is the most troubling or most frequent concern of my mind, you'll never hear me say that is what people think of me. Instead, you'll always hear it be something like, you know, how will I get through this day when this is on the line, or how do I face myself if I can't fulfill this, you know? And those are usually my biggest worries. And it'll be things very small. It won't be anything life-threatening or life-impacting. It could be just the smallest decision, just like I'm talking about taking your time, and I realized I took too much time because I ran out. I took 10 minutes, and that is the usual limit. But yeah, everything is at its own pace. Oh good, it checkpointed me. That is actually fantastic. I knew I was gonna do it, but I didn't know when. Tails, you were supposed to have my back. Tails, why? Tails, you're not a good wingman anymore. But everything takes time. Everyone's different on their paces of time. Like I said, I'll worry about things that are just insignificant and small, really. Like, I'll just be worrying about, can I actually... It'll be things small. It'll be very small things that people would just be like, really? You worry about that? Like, of all the things going on in your life right now, that is what you worry about? It could be something very small, like, oh my gosh, am I gonna be able to cook breakfast tonight? Breakfast. Well, actually, no, that's actually accurate. I actually had breakfast for dinner not too long ago, so no, that's probably accurate. But yeah, am I gonna be able to cook tonight? Am I gonna be able to take a shower before I feel tired? It's just things like that. You know, some people worry, oh man, am I gonna be able to make it to this appointment tomorrow? Am I gonna be able to make my deadline? I can't say I think of things like that because, you know, those are things set in motion that you set for yourself. If you can't make that deadline, it's because you couldn't make that deadline. And whether that's fault of the organizer or fault of your own, you'll know that for sure. But even so, the major issue there was the pacing. So, you know, if you took too long with it, then obviously there'll be some complications. I swore I fought this thing already. I don't... Did I not fight this thing already? I feel like I did fight this thing. I probably died. Like I said, it's been a while since I played Sonic Mania, so I probably died before I got to the final boss of this area. I remember fighting something like this. But, yeah. Like I said, everyone's different. Ow. Everyone's got their own pace. Oh, hello. I couldn't tell you, ow, 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 how to pace yourself. I can only tell you that, you know, in life, there is plenty of opportunities to, give me that, miss your chance, and that's fine. Missed chances aren't the end of the world. Missed opportunities aren't either. The end of the world starts mostly when you stop and no longer have time for yourself. I know that sounds completely strange to some people, It's just like, what do you mean, not have time for yourself? There's like a million other things I have to worry about. Well, yeah, but that's all because those are things that you need to do. And one thing people usually have not realized is, do you do those things for yourself, or do you do those things because you have to? And I find that my answer to that is usually I do, most of the time I just do things because I have to. And then it got me asking the question, well, what do I actually do for myself? And that's when I realized that my answer was always pretty oblique. It's just like, I don't really do anything for myself. And at some point I started questioning, well, why is that? And once I started questioning, you know, why don't I do anything for myself? Why don't I only do the things that are necessary? It suddenly became a question of, do I have time for the things that are, you know, like luxuries, like things that I want to do? And, you know, the answer to that is always, yeah, you have time. You just have to make your time. Sometimes the answer you'll be needing is not going to be immediate, and sometimes it won't even appear for you at all. Sometimes you'll have to make a new answer rather than wait. And, you know, to be honest, I don't feel like there's much in this world that should really stop you from doing anything that you pursue, especially if it's a passion that you have, if it's something you love. And I think you should, you know, follow it no matter what. If there's anything that's keeping you from that, then it's mostly not something that, you know, should be in your life. Now, of course, things like bills and such, you know, everybody has those, everybody's preoccupied by those. It's not something you can change. The only way you can change that is, you know, change your standard of living. And if you're comfortable with changing that, you know, to make more time, you know, why don't you change the time itself? And once you realize that you can change the time, that it's very possible for you to just switch up your schedule and just think, whoop. I think that's how I died last time, actually. I'm starting to remember. It's very possible for you to just think, you know, if I do this tonight, I'll have time for this tomorrow. If I do this tonight, then I won't have to think about that tomorrow. If I do this tomorrow, then I'll have time for this today. You know? One thing we all do, probably the most unhealthy thing for us, I did it again, is procrastination. And that can be in the form of shirking work, not doing any work, or just something as great as sleep. Yeah, sleep is a form of procrastination, and we are all guilty of it, because we all do it. But when you think of it that way, you just think, well, okay, so it must be good to procrastinate a little bit, right? And yeah, that's definitely the case. Oh, a little bit is fine, because you do need a break every once in a while. Of course, I didn't hit that one, did I? I specifically tried not to hit that one, okay. But yeah, a little break is all fine. As long as you know, that break can't last forever. If at some point you do think to yourself, well, I need to get started now. Like, I've wasted enough time. It's about time that I actually did something. Then you're good. Because that means that you've acknowledged that you've taken your own pace, and now that you've taken that pace, you're ready to do something more. And as far as doing that something more, that comes with more time. Rome wasn't built in a day. You weren't built in a day. And the answer you're looking for will definitely not come fast. I'm trying to get this guy. Can't seem to. Okay, see, that took time. Just as everything in life is going to take time. And as much as we would like to go fast, as much as we want to speed things up, I'm just going to let that happen. I felt like if I moved, I would have got crushed. I'm not about to go through that. No, as much as we would like things to be faster, as much as we want things to always go our way, or us to always be on the ball with stuff, we can't always be that. It's good to take a little time to recognize your own limitations, and it's good to take time to recognize what your goals are. If you really stop and think about your goals, then you can really stop and think about what's needed to make those goals happen. Even if all that's needed is just more time. And more time is never a bad thing. More time is always something that a lot of people disregard as unimportant. I know that sounds stupid. Like, who would disregard time? Who would think that time's not important? Well, there's a lot of people. In fact, there's too many people that just think I don't have time for it. You know, that's you thinking time is not important. That's you willingly submitting the idea that you don't have the time to do something. And time is very important, and if I'm being honest, of course I'm guilty of that too. There's a lot of things I don't think I have time for, and obviously I do. We always have time for something. It's just whether we want our involvement to be in that something. And if you're noticing that you're not involving yourself in something you find that you're passionate with, or something that you actually want to pursue or want to just have as part of your daily life, then you just have to make the time for it. And making that time, oh my goodness, I'm about to die from just the spikes. See, making the time comes with a particular pace. And if you rush that pace, sometimes it's game over. Now, I didn't word that right because I'm trying to focus on a lot of things, but main point here is that there's a lot of things in life to focus on. There's a lot of things in life that'll keep you caught off guard, keep you on your toes and off your toes. And you can't let it bring you down. You can't let it distract you. All you need to do is simply just take your time. Each obstacle takes a few steps and you're around it. Each goal you have takes steps and steps and steps and steps, and then you reach it. It's called a goal because it's something you can reach. Now, of course, you can rush to the goal, but sometimes rushing is never the best thing. Sometimes taking it slow is never the best thing. But that depends on the person. Best way I can phrase it is probably the tortoise and the hare. You can rush things like the rabbit, you can take things slow like the turtle. Whatever you do, you're the only one that decides your pace. And ultimately, your pace is the only pace that you can be you with. So it doesn't matter what you are, if you're a content creator, if you're an entertainer, a comedian, an artist, a archaeologist, an architect, an engineer, a teacher, a philosopher, or just a student, or even just a parent. I say just a parent, but parents are really the ones that need to have time to themselves. So make the time for yourself, even if it's only a minute a day. Make that minute add on every day until one day you got an hour for yourself, then all of a sudden it's 2 hours, then all of a sudden you're dedicating part of your life to making yourself happy and doing something you love. It's not going to happen all at once, and even if it does happen all at once, it's not going to stay that way unless you keep it that way. And that'll be your pace. So guys, I will end this session a little short because I'm actually pretty tired, and I'm not about to play a game when I'm half asleep, because that will only lead to my demise. As you can see, I had some pretty stupid blunders there, but you know, that's just how it goes. So as always guys, thanks for watching, and like I said, just take things at your own pace. And I'll see you next video. Till then guys, stay classy, stay lovely, and slow down. Slow down and enjoy yourself. Thanks for watching.